Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Modar here. So today is the second episode of the interview series. On the first episode, I interviewed Ian, who was a sim racer. Today we have Suzanne, who is a scriptwriter. I'm really looking forward to this one. And just a reminder to you all, if you would like to be featured, just drop me an email on the address that I provided below, and then we'll see what we can do. So Suzanne, welcome, and thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, that was going to be great. I know that you're a scriptwriter.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot. As a matter of fact, I don't know any scriptwriter.
Amazing and
So
special.
yes, so this is one of the reasons why I was like, I want to like get to
Okay.
know a bit more about what you do. So maybe just briefly introduce yourself to the viewers and about some of the work that you do.
Okay, so I've been a scriptwriter since 2018. So my first short film, Haikal, is on YouTube on Salad Show production. It has 8 million views, if you want to be one of them. And I also have like a movie out on Amazon Prime, and I also worked a lot with like Astro View, Disney in the past, before like all the merger happened. Yeah, and I'm just writing stuff.
So lots of big achievements. By the way, you can send me the links. I'll put them in the video description,
Oh, yeah.
so
Okay.
so that everyone can check out the stuff that you do. So how did it all start? Did you just like wake up one day and just decided like, hey, I want to be a script writer? Or because like for my career, I never imagined I'd be doing the work that I'm currently doing.
Yeah.
It just sort of happened to me rather than me chasing that kind of, you know. So would you say like you discovered it by coincidence, or how did you, like, what did you do to kind of become a script writer?
Your career is like a cat. It chose you.
Yeah,
You didn't choose the
that's a
cat.
very good
Yeah.
metaphor actually.
So for me, I didn't really know what I want to do specifically. I have always written stuff. So I had a journal since I was 12.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like maybe some people would know this, where back in the day where the journals have like lockets on them. Yeah, so I used to buy those kinds because it was fun.
Yeah.
And then I started writing in them. And I thought that I would be an author, but I found out that people don't actually hire authors full time. So that's not like a feasible full-time career.
That's true.
Yeah, so I was like, oh no, my dream is over. And then my ex-lecturer, her name is Bernice Chorley, so I kind of messaged her on Facebook.
Right.
And I told her that, oh, I'm so lost. I want to write, but I don't know what to do with my life and all. And she's
Yeah.
like, you can contact my friend Lina Tan from Red Communications and see if she has any writing related jobs for you.
Right.
And I contacted her, and then she offered me a job on Club Mickey Mouse. Like immediately, that's my first job.
Right.
To do the Club Mickey Mouse social media videos. So I wrote and produced like 36 videos like
Right.
throughout. I can't remember, 1 or 2 months like that.
1 or 2 months.
I think so. Like we had
That's-
to go on set every day.
All right.
I don't know if it's 2 months. Maybe it's just 1 month.
That's
But
quite a lot still. I think
a
there's
lot. Yeah. We had to sometimes shoot a couple of videos a day, and because they have their own like the actual shoot, so we can only talk to the talents in between the timings.
Right.
And yeah, it was a struggle, but that was how I started.
So this
Yeah.
is like you finding out, or like what you said, how the cat sort of like discovered you, how the career discovered you. You know, it's a very good.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's a very
Yeah.
good. I think it's a very good metaphor. Now going back to the author bit that you mentioned, I mean, I don't think being an author, yeah, obviously you have to be like really good at it. You have to sell a lot,
Yeah.
and then you can do it full time. But I think there's still room to do that kind of thing in the future because
Yeah, people have been telling me that, so I don't know. I don't write it off completely.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
how things go.
I think it's something that you could probably think about every now and then.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one of those things that we can just simply say, right, I've become an author, now what, you know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a very long journey, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty good. So you were offered a job, then you sort of started making videos. You wrote and produced a lot of short videos as well.
Yeah.
What? Let's say young people nowadays who want to become scriptwriter, who want to get into writing, what advice would you want to give them? Because I think it's one of those things that there's really no clear,
Yeah.
there's no degree,
Yeah,
no, you know what I
actually.
mean? Like for example, if you want to sort of like do business or accounting, there's a very clear pathway
Yeah.
on what to do. But I think scriptwriter is one of those like very gray kind of
Yeah.
areas. So what can a young person do that is really passionate about writing, but they don't know who to go to or where to start?
Yeah, no, you're right. Because the writers that I know, they have had like different pathways to becoming a writer.
Right.
I feel like if starting out, you can always start out with agencies. Like this is me thinking of actually making money
Right.
and not
No,
be a broke writer.
It's totally, I think reasonable because you know people gotta make a living otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for me, I would advise to be a writer at like advertising agencies first,
Right.
just to get some training, just to know whether or not this is even for you, and even though agencies and all is a bit different, it's more like copywriting, but you get like the beginning training for it first.
Right.
Yeah.
Just it's like an internship.
Yeah. Other than that, there's also big companies like Astro,
Right.
View. You can try interning there. I'm not quite sure how their writing programs work, but there are like in-house writers
Right.
in those big companies too. So it depends where you want to go, because it depends if you're very, very, very sure that you want to be a TV writer, then maybe you can just straight away go to Astro or View, or you can try production houses. But production houses, typically, if you don't have a way in, like I did, you do need to have a certain level of experience first.
Right.
Because production houses, they typically immediately hire professionals, like to freelance for like project by project basis.
Right.
Whereas it's quite rare for a production house to have in-house writers. It depends on your luck, but it was like my time. I was the only writer for a few years.
Right.
Yeah. For Astro and View, I think it's more safe, like career-wise.
Right.
So there are like technically 3 paths to go about it lah. Yeah.
So 3 paths. And would you say this is something that young ambitious writers could do full time, or could they do it like part time? Because you know, I think you mentioned a very good point, which is people gotta eat, right? So they need something that pays them fairly well. So would you say, like, let's say if I'm a young ambitious writer, can I like have a day full-time job and this kind of becomes my part-time thing?
You can. I know, so this writer for Mencari Ramli, the movie, I don't know him. We follow each other on Instagram, but from what I can tell, he does have a full-time job while writing the movie script.
I see.
So that is possible. It's just if you want to do it for experience, just to get a leg in, you can. It's just harder for people to actually want to hire you. I don't know how he got the leg in lah. Yeah.
But I guess just to kind of like, so people have like some kind of a safety net, you know, that I have a job and I'm kind of doing this, and then, or maybe they're doing something part-time and then they want to do this part-time as well, just to kind of like experiment.
If you're a freelancer, then I guess one of your freelance options can be script writing.
And because even like parents might ask like, you want to become what does that mean? You want to become a script writer, you know? So that might be also quite of a challenge, you know? It's like, can you live off that, and so on, you know? So that's in terms of like starting out. what about now at the moment? What have you been working on lately?
Currently, I have a project with View, a mini series with View. I also have a writer's room coming up. I'm not too sure what the project is about yet.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like that's typically the whole year project. It's like TV shows, hopefully movies, and then writers' rooms that takes up the most time.
Right. So
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you mentioned writers' rooms,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm just curious what that might be. I think some viewers
yeah,
might be.
yeah. Okay. So a writer's room is where writers, producers, sometimes directors. It depends on whether or not the director is hands-on on the project or not. Because the way it works sometimes is that a writer is not a writer, a team of writers is hired first, and then they would brainstorm the project with the producers first. Then later on, the director will come in with the completed script, and they just interpret it based on their interpretation and their vision.
Right.
Yeah. But there are some directors who want to be more involved in the creative process, then they would attend the writer's room. So a writer's room is where we brainstorm and discuss the whole story, like the back end of the story.
Right.
More in order for you to see like the front.
I see.
Yeah, so it's like the theme, the characters' backstory,
Right.
the characters' wants and needs and wounds, like the things that you don't see on screen, but a writer has to know in order to understand the characters and their motivation,
Right.
and the world and things like that. Yeah.
So it's like the background, the surroundings. So it's like a group project.
Kind of, like.
I'm just trying to simplify it for the viewers.
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
a team of creative people coming together to sort of like understand the story very well.
Yes.
We don't see this stuff on TV, but to make sure that they all understand each other before they start producing.
You have to understand the world and the characters before you can even start writing.
Right.
Yeah. So like it will be led by a head writer, and that head writer is kind of like the teacher of sorts.
Yeah.
That will kind of direct and lead the discussion.
That's quite interesting because let's say you create a protagonist because people might see them in their own view.
Yeah.
So I think that's like one way to guarantee that we all see the protagonist in the same way.
Yeah.
You know, to become like more congruent, I guess.
Yes.
So that it's more, I think it's a matter of consistency then.
Yeah. So like for example, have you seen Deadpool?
Yes.
Okay, so Deadpool, the character, what you see at the beginning is someone who's like not serious, like goofing off all of the time, like you don't know what's wrong with him, but behind that mask he has like a traumatic past, and he has like this whole backstory, the whole reason why he's that way. He's using comedy to cope with his difficulties and stuff like that. So like these are the things like the writers have to ask why. Like why is he making jokes all of the time?
Right.
Like, what's wrong with him?
And then the viewer will sort of deduct that as they watch. Because the writers will present it in a way where the viewer has to sort of like decipher it in their I see. So it's like constructing the world and then the characters so that the viewers can sort of like deconstruct it in their own way, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know such thing existed, right? This is the first time I hear of the writer's room, you know, but I guess that's how they manufacture the video. Very, very interesting. Now, you said you've been a writer since 2018. So, would you say writing now is different from how it was like 8 years ago, based on your observations or based on your experience?
I feel like because back then I was more of a junior writer, so I was not really aware of how the industry works and all. I used to write more short form content.
Right.
Then now, I feel like creative wise or writing wise, to me, I don't know, it feels consistent. I don't know whether it's like the projects that I do, but industry wise, I think since COVID happened, a lot of budget cuts also happened, and big studios are a bit more picky with the projects that they want to greenlight. So there will be like maybe one. So what I know, like maybe Disney or Warner Brothers or things like that, like you see they do so many more live action films
Right.
or sequels, because that gives the investors like guarantee
Right.
that they are already an existing fan base, even though that people, there are backlash like, why can't Disney just make more original stuff,
A new
and
character and all.
yeah, but that requires a lot more money
Yes.
in order to like create the whole, like the writer's room and everything.
Yeah, and it's
I'm
risky.
sure, I'm sure in Hollywood it costs a lot more, and like Pixar, when they make a movie, it takes like 5 years.
Yeah.
So I feel like Pixar is like the only one that's like consistently making new movies. I don't know, but so it's more of like the business side of things. So even in Malaysia, it's kind of similar, where a lot of budgets are being cut. So I don't know if that affects the creatives or not, but
I think it does have an impact. I'm not surprised that COVID has even affected writers as well. I mean, it's affected so many other places. But yeah, I think what you mentioned is a very good point. So they want to make sure that they can make money.
yeah,
Otherwise, it's just too risky, you know. And I think COVID kind of exacerbated this thing, because
yeah,
before that, you know, economy was somewhat okay. During COVID times, it became a lot more difficult. So,
yeah.
but I wasn't aware like COVID affected writers, because I always thought like writing is just one of those things that, you know, it's almost always guaranteed. But I didn't know all these details in the background. That, yeah, well, for you to get hired, you have to have certain things. There are some limitations and so on, you know.
Yeah, because it is like a whole project thing. So
Yes.
if because of COVID, a lot of things cannot be shot, and because there's nothing as much being shot, then the writing also cannot happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if the writing cannot happen, then nothing will start basically. Yeah. And so after COVID, the industry sort of, you notice, started becoming a bit more picky and so on.
yeah.
So what can kind of people do to sort of like, not guarantee, but stand a better chance into participating or taking part into some work?
I feel like the general public, you mean?
Yeah, because I feel like
okay.
From what I've heard, it sounds like a bit more competitive now after COVID.
Okay, actually related to that, like cinemas also got impacted by COVID.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's why it also affects the film industry. It's like a whole chain reaction.
Yeah.
And nowadays, and because of the economy, it's like quite bad. Like people wouldn't want to pay 25 ringgit to go to watch a movie.
Yeah, where they can just watch it at home.
Yeah, because once the movie is out of the cinema, within like a month probably, it will be on the streaming platform already.
Yes.
So people sometimes, if the movie is not trending, or like not like Wicked level trending, like, oh no, I feel so FOMO, I have to go and watch it now.
Yeah.
Then they would just wait, and that hurts the cinema industry. I don't know, in the cinema industry.
Yeah.
But then that also hurts the film industry. So it's like,
And it affects the writers as well.
yeah, it's like from the top it goes down.
Yeah. I didn't know that actually. I didn't know that so it's like one giant circle, basically, one
Yeah.
giant chain, you know.
So like the general public, like what they can do is like support your local cinema.
Yeah.
So, I kind of understand, because cinema tickets are so expensive now compared to back then, and with 25 ringgit you can get like good cafe food, which I feel like people would rather spend on. So that's fair, but I don't know, if you want to see like better films, you have to support your
That's
local
true.
cinema.
I mean, now you mentioned it, before COVID it was, I think it was 12 ringgit, 12, 15.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I saw
But now it's like 25.
20,
I'm like,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Yeah.
Like two tickets, two people. That's 50 ringgit. You know.
Yep.
And so if you want to go out and have dinner and stuff and watch a movie, that's going to be over 100 ringgit. You know. So.
Yeah, it's like dinner and movie, and you have to like pay for parking. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not as accessible, I would say, as it used to be, because sometimes, you know, people want to be on a budget and so on, but it does affect writers in a way.
Yeah.
So I guess if we were, one of the reasons why we should go watch local movies is that way we're actually supporting the local industry and the local writers as well, and so on. Now, talking about the future, obviously AI is one of the things that you know that a lot of people are curious about nowadays, and YouTube is filled. I've been thinking and reading a lot about this lately, actually, and my YouTube feeds is like full of these jobs will be eliminated in 2027. You know, these industries will be affected and so on. And a lot of people always tell me, they say, you don't have to worry about it. You're a trainer, and I'm like, I may not have people to train, so. Obviously, AI can be used as a tool, can be used as a resource, not necessarily something to replace us.
Yeah.
I don't think it can replace human creativity.
Yeah.
Can people co-write with AI? Like, can you like have an idea, then ask AI to sort of like refine it or add details, or would that be considered as cheating?
So, I do use ChatGPT for like the development stages.
Right.
Because sometimes I understand the point of view where you have these ideas and you're just like, how do I form a sentence? Like for those non-writers, like how do I form a sentence?
Right.
But like for me, a writer, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm so lazy.
Right.
I just like, these are the points right for me. Like I do use that for like development part, but for the actual script, I don't know how other writers do it, but I feel like for me, I have to be the only writer for that script, because I don't know how can I write halfway, then another writer write halfway. The tone and the style would just not be the same.
It'll be different.
And like for me personally, also because ChatGPT, I don't know about other AI, but it's like they can only generate something based on whatever is available already in the internet. So I don't want my writing, at least my script writing, to be accessible to ChatGPT in a way that it can copy my writing style.
Right, so you want to sort of like protect your own uniqueness?
Yeah. So I'm like, I would rather not.
So it's good for generating ideas?
Generating ideas also, it's because it's like a linguistic model, it kind of just picks here and there like pieces and just kind of, it doesn't have original thought. It can take here and here and here and like make something new. It depends like what you want. If you're okay with like knowing that, then sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So then it can be used as a tool to kind of like, as an assistant. I think from what I've heard, you're kind of using it like an assistant really.
Yeah, I feel like I would have to be the one with the thought, with the idea, and just have AI kind of refine it a bit. Yeah, I do use that lah.
Something that can like help you ask questions, and you know what I mean, and just sort of generate some. So it's like an assistant rather than a writing tool. So you don't reckon that AI can be used to like write scripts or stories? No, the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of companies are now firing people from all sort of.
Yeah, I heard.
And like for example, the people that do that take your order, like a drive-through.
Yes.
Now AI is sort of like replacing them as well. Would you say production companies, film industries, would you say that they would reach a stage where they'll use AI to like write a script? Do you think we'll reach that stage, or do you think it'll be like a human thing only?
So this reminds me of a video that I watched where this person, she is an AI ethicist, and she compared a Porsche ad, if I'm not mistaken it's Porsche,
Right.
versus a Coca-Cola ad. Porsche ad is hand-drawn animated art, like human-made 100%.
Right.
Whereas a Coca-Cola ad is AI generated.
Right.
And she mentioned how that exposes like a class difference where rich people would not even want to use AI
Because it's too generic.
yeah, it's like, oh, I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be like special.
I want custom stuff.
Whereas like Coca-Cola, like, oh, it's mass. It's like whatever.
It's
I
for
can
the
just
masses.
I just generate stuff. So that's I forgot your question. Sorry, but but I feel like that's quite an interesting argument that I see. So maybe.
So writing cannot be. So companies cannot use AI writers, let's say, to write script.
It will eventually be generic, I feel.
Right.
Like even now people are starting to
like cliche kind of generic.
Yeah. Like even structure wise, because ChatGPT, I don't know about other AI models, but ChatGPT have a specific structure that it writes in.
Yes.
And people are starting to notice.
Yeah.
Like you can read a certain paragraph and you're like, oh, this is AI.
Yeah.
AI is always like, it's not this, but it's like this, something like that.
Yeah.
It's like the ending is always slightly dramatic.
Yeah.
And it depends if you're okay with that, if you feel like it doesn't affect your work.
Right.
And like, yeah, sure. But if you want something that's like art, I feel like only humans can do that.
Human generated. I don't know. I feel like it's a very good analogy you gave, the Porsche ad and the Coke ad, because I really think that in this all AI future that we're going to have, where everything is going to be replaced, I feel like we're going to have a niche market of human generated products, which will probably be valued
expensive, right?
And expensive as well, you know, like human generated food, cars designed by people, I think is going to be very, very popular, because I think it's a very good point that you made. So that kind of gives me a little bit of comfort that maybe not everyone will be replaced, because I think it's a very good point that, this is just, you know, it's for the masses. It's it doesn't have any personality or uniqueness.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I mean, I think writing is just one of those very subjective things.
Yeah.
So maybe AI one day will be able to like write a story or something, and people read it will be like, this is made by a person.
Yeah, we don't know, because in 2025 the AI thing, it was just starting.
Yes.
So we will have to wait and see this year, like how good will it get.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I guess you're right. I think you're using your own unique style in writing will no one can ever duplicate. I don't think even AI can duplicate, or AI might have like a certain kind of persona where it'll write in a certain way, but it will always be different from yours, you know?
Yeah.
So it will not be the same, I guess.
I feel like what you said, like human-made stuff will be more expensive and stuff like that. Maybe we will head to that future, and if that future does happen, then it's more important now than ever, if you are in the creative industry, that you have to have your own personal brand, and you have to have like fans of your brand, of your art, in order for you to be like sustainable,
Yeah, I see what you mean. So Suzanne, I think we're gonna end it here.
Okay.
If any message that you would like to give to young, ambitious writers who have a lot of passion, that would like to really work on themselves and become better, what would you tell them if they were sitting here?
It depends if you want the struggle. It is a struggle, and I feel like it depends if you really, really feel like you are a writer, because there are certain types of people who are writers no matter what. That's what I believe. Then you can try and see how your path and your fate takes you. If not, try something else.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Just do something else.
But hey, you'll never know. You'll never know before you try. And I really appreciate, because I think it's a very, very, very genuine and very honest advice. You know, yeah, I don't think it's one of those things that anyone can do, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's important to kind of like give it a try first and
Yeah.
and see how it goes. You know, so Suzanne, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And to all our viewers out there, if you would like to be featured, just a reminder, just drop me an email and then we'll see what we can do. So if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.